say that I do deeply apologize to anyone who may have been offended by it. That was never my intention. Like I
Gypsy, we know what your intention was. Your intention was to go viral, and you got your TMZ interview out of it with this fake ass apology.
Hi. So the video was a concept because I had wanted to collab with Natalie Reynolds. I had been following her for quite some time.
Gypsy Manson calling a TikTok trend a concept is crazy to me. And I just want to know, how long did you stalk Natalie before you DM'd her?
She's another influencer with millions of followers. And with anyone, when you're doing a collaboration, you want to look into what their background is. And so a few friends of mine also told me about a video that she got a lot of backlash for.
Notice how Gypsy says a few friends of hers, always trying to shift the blame. Who are those friends, Gypsy? Name drop.
So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this could be a really good collab if done the right way. Because I'm like, I'm no one to judge anyone's past, obviously. And so I'm like, what happens if we did the we listen and we don't judge trend and we just hit the hard topics, very bluntly and just own it and just own it. And
So is that what you did there, Gypsy? You just owned it? But we've only seen you do the exact opposite, where you never own it and you always blame it on Nick or someone else. So are you finally owning it? Did you actually kill your mom, Gypsy? I am so confused right now. Which part is she just owning? Is she owning the fact that she manipulated Nick to do it, or is she owning the murder itself?
take accountability for the wrongs that we've done. But the whole idea behind it is like, yes, we understand that we're not perfect. We are influencers and we have gone through some difficult things, but we are focusing on positivity. That was the entire point of the video, is accountability and growth.
This is Gypsy Manson's response to looking back. Can you see how some people may have thought you crossed a line?
I can, especially with me particularly.
What was that word, Gypsy? Say it again.
I understand that my audience has always followed my journey because they like to see me grow. And so usually I think I could bank on my audience receiving things very well. But I'm not the type of person to be very in your face about my past. So this is like the first time that I tried something different and a head on approach. And I just don't, unfortunately, it wasn't received like we wanted.
So this is Gypsy's version of taking a head-on approach, but yet we haven't had any questions answered. Apparently, people were particularly upset because she made this motion with her hands. So the interviewer goes on to ask her a question with the word remorse.
No, that wasn't the case. The only reason why I did this is because I had a conversation with Natalie, and TikTok is extremely sensitive when it comes to how you word things. So we deliberated on, words that we could possibly use, and everything that we thought of, homicide, unalive, all of these things may have gotten flagged by TikTok and the video taken down. And so I'm like, what happens if I just do a gesture, an X? Like people know what that means without having to actually say the word. And that's why we had to do it that way.
So right here, the TMZ interviewer kind of sides with Gypsy and says, well, if you wouldn't have mentioned it, you still would have gotten backlash. How about don't do the trend at all? How about that? How about don't come on social media and try to be an influencer? And yeah, she is getting very comfortable with that word and calling herself an influencer now. It's been what, like 5 days?
Exactly. You really, when you are engaging with an audience of various opinions, and you don't know how something will be received, you could hope it goes well, but there's always that risk that it doesn't go well. And so it's like, you're right, if I didn't address it, then they would say it in the comments. So that's why it was a bold move on my part, and I think that my delivery was just not handled properly.
Gypsy Blanchard, do you think your mom's murder should be included in your TikTok trends?
Don't think that it should be included in TikTok trends. I think, um, I thought if I could frame it a certain way, especially with the message of the video, obviously hot button issues or heavy topics, I don't think should be in trends, but I thought that this could be a creative way to, like I said, own past mistakes and take accountability and it be received well because you don't want to hit your audience with a heavy topic and just leave it there. You want to end on a inspirational note, and that's why later in the video we jump to other topics that we laugh about. But if you look at the video, we're not laughing, we're being 100% serious when talking about the heavy stuff.
Is Gypsy talking chat GBT right now? I mean, come on. She says you don't want to hit your audience with a heavy topic and leave it. You want to end on an inspirational note. Girl, what are you talking about? This is my personal favorite part of the interview because the interviewer asked about the towel in Gypsy's own words that she uses a towel to wipe her bottom. I don't know why she chose the word bottom, but then she plays it off with the same old routine. That's when I was young.
Yeah, I was young. I did that when I was a kid. Like, actually, in between, I was like 10 or 11 when I used to do that.
Look at her just relishing in the embarrassment. Like she loves the embarrassment so much. You know, embarrassment is one of Gypsy's things.
Was it like one towel? Was this like a one towel that you used over and over? Did you wash it in between? Like what
And
was
it got
this?
washed in between. I was like 10 or 11 when I used to do that. So I'm like,
So no longer using the towel to
No.
wipe, right? Okay.
Then the interview asked her the question I think she's probably been asked like almost in every interview. How are you navigating social media and all that after getting out of prison? Here, I never understand why they ask her this question, and it just tells me that they don't know anything about this case. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was very active on social media prior to the murder. She was way more active 10 years ago than a lot of us were. I know I was not that active on social media 10 years ago. But here's her answer.
It's really tricky because, like I said, you have supporters and then you have, anti supporters, obviously. You have, anti supporters, obviously.
What was that look when she said anti-supporters? I'm terrified.
And you're dealing with a lot of pressure to appease everyone. And I'm starting to learn that you can't please everyone. All you can do is just be yourself. And that's something that I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with.
Enter Gypsy, fake apology here.
And say that I do deeply apologize to anyone who may have been offended by it. That was never my intention. Like, I was not laughing about it. I don't think it's funny to joke about a heavy topic and my past. Like, I apologize because the delivery was wrong on that. I don't, I am trying to be my authentic self. And if my authentic self is saying, I did something bad in my past, but look at where I am now, that's where I'm coming from with it. But I would never joke about my past. So I do apologize if it came off too abrasive.
I definitely didn't see this coming so early in 2026. Gypsy Blanchard, TMZ interview, fake apologizing. Oh, well, I'm going to get hibachi.